Okay, this video aims to explain why, when we have a perfect information calculation, we use the same probabilities as what we would have used under the original expected calculation. And understanding this really has to do with understanding the time frame of the decision making, as well as just understanding what that probability distribution represents. Okay, and thirdly, we need to understand what information will we get. What is this perfect information will we get? Okay. So yeah, I've drawn basically a timeline with a decision tree just to make sense of what is happening. And you can see this decision tree represents the original decision tree of the scenario where we are deciding how many boxes we need to buy, and then the outside risk event is the actual demand for those boxes. So you can either buy 100 boxes, 200 boxes, 300 boxes, or 400 boxes, not really knowing what the demand is going to be the next day. But past experience has shown us that the probability distribution of the demand looks like this. Okay, so we had original expected value for this decision tree. Now I haven't drawn all the branches because they pretty much look the same as this one at the top for all the other circles. Now, in terms of our perfect information, in this case, the perfect information is going to tell us the exact demand for the next day. And so once we have that information, we can match that demand with the number of boxes we should buy. Yeah. Now, in terms of the timeline and the time frame of the decision, we are over here. So over here, we will get our perfect information over here. So you can see that we don't have the perfect information yet, but we need to make a decision here. So our decision will be, do we want to purchase the perfect information? And it's before we actually get the perfect information. So we don't know yet what this information is going to tell us in terms of the demand. We know that before we need to buy our boxes, we have the opportunity to get this perfect information. It tells us the exact demand for the next day, and therefore we choose how many boxes we're going to buy. But the problem is we need to make that decision over here when we don't know yet what the perfect information is going to tell us. And because we're making a decision, and because it's a company, we want to maximize shareholder value, and therefore we're going to approach this decision by using relevant costing principles and trying to increase our expected value, original expected value. Now, because we are over here, we need to make this analysis here, but we don't have the perfect information yet. What we will do is we will assume that this information we get here is going to take on the same probability distribution as before. And this makes sense because what this probability distribution represents is what would happen if we were to repeat the decision multiple times. So, and this is the case in our scenario. We are buying boxes on a daily basis, and we need to make this decision on a daily basis. And it's a business, so you're going to make it for the whole year on a daily basis, probably until you die and give the business away. So this exercise here gets repeated many times in the future, and this probability distribution here is just what we can expect from repeating the project multiple times based on what we've seen in the past. And therefore, it's okay to assume that when we analyze the perfect information, we're going to take on the same probability distribution. What will change is the expected outcome. Because we know that once we have the perfect information, we can match what we purchase with what the demand is. And therefore, we won't have the same financial outcome as with what would happen if we did not have the perfect information. So the probability distribution stays the same because we are over here and we're making the decision in the future. Because we expect to repeat this decision multiple times, we can assume the same probability distribution. Okay, I hope that helped in explaining this concept. Please let me know if there is anything that is still confusing.